There's two different shoes here, but they're in the Flyleather collection. Now, those of you guys that have never heard of Flyleather, let's open this up because there's a lot going on with it. You get this full description of Flyleather on the inside of the top of the lid. All right, so what Nike is attempting to do is to become more sustainable. Now, we know for a fact that, and I'm going to drop everything in the world because it wasn't balanced. But what we know for a fact is that Nike makes far too many shoes to ever be considered a sustainable company. So the idea of sustainability has to happen in increments for Nike. And what they have been doing is utilizing Flyleather. And I'm trying to find if this thing has a stamp. So what happens is when you get a roll of leather in, right, for shoes, then after the shoe has been cut and kind of shaped and things like that, you have scraps that are left over. Well, what Nike learned how to do was take this water and to break down the fibers and to create rolls of basically repurposed leather. So Flyleather is about sustainability. The problem is when Nike tends to use Flyleather, they make it in these really limited edition models. And to be honest, to make it in limited edition models doesn't necessarily help. You should be utilizing Flyleather as often as possible across the board because there are so many Nike shoes that are being produced. Nike ships out probably 100,000 shoes a day. That's not even an exaggeration. So I'm taking these out, and these Flyleather, this Flyleather pack was created with a Tokyo-based artist, and her name is, I hope she's a her, and I apologize if I got a pronoun wrong, but is Mayumi Yamase, or Yamase. I can't pronounce it. I don't speak Japanese. If you do, hey, good. Tell me if I'm wrong. But she's an artist, and she took the shoe and created or kind of repeated the branding on the shoe, and they styled it based on her perception of what a garden would look like. I think, you know what, I got it right here, so why not just read it? Taking inspiration from local parks. Yeah, I was right. Yamase elected to give the silhouette a handcrafted touch, overlaying classic design lines with organic forms that represent a range of natural elements. It is definitely a beautiful shoe. And some of these hits are embroidered. I gotta get a close-up of this. The Flyleather feels better than the leather on the Jordan 1 that I just did. Now, I don't even know if these videos are going to be in order. And I know somebody's like, well, what's the other shoe? Well, the other shoe is a blazer, made in the same fashion. And I am going to split these up, and I'm going to focus on that Air Force One first. And then we'll come back to the blazer, and we'll do a close-up on both. So let's sit that down and come back to it. Let's get our cues together for the Nike Flyleather Air Force One. Designed by Mayumi Yamase. The color is white, white, white. We know automatically that the colors here are not white. There's a canvas material here. There's a canvas material at the heel. The insole has a painted Mayumi Yamase swoosh in her name. Translucent outsole. It's not gum. It's like peach almost. Why is this white, white? I guess because it's an all-white Air Force One that's just been painted and then modified with suede eyelets. And this embroidery, it's a pretty shoe, man. It's a pretty shoe. Can't knock it. White, white, white is the color. Style code DB3598-100. The SRP has been bumped up from the regular $90 to $100. You get a better box and everything for just $10 more. Nike is so inconsistent with the pricing on stuff, man. You would have thought this would be a $120 shoe. It's not, though. But I guess Flyleather shouldn't be $120. So let's go to the UPC code. And remember, we do our checks on these to make sure everything is correct. Our UPC for a 10.5, which is I guess that's a men's 10.5, yeah, and women's size 12. The DB3598-100, $100 is 195-239-980-701. And there's a 16 at the end. We go immediately to our size tag because we want to see what that UPC is here. 0019523990701. I'm good to go. So I know that those two things check. Those are the first two checks on my authentication. I'm going to go to the date now because I'm going to hold the shoe up. And then I really need to do a close-up on these because they look good. The small code is VY up at the top, which is Vietnam. The dates of production, 10/14/22, 01/23/21, 01/23/21. I'm going to my QC stamp. This new QC sticker that I can see. There's two layers of paper. There's one with the paint scribbles on it, the paint on it, and that's it. But there's no stamp or sticker on the inside, but there is a QC stamp. And that QC stamp, we match up with our date of production, all right? And the QC stamp is 22/02/21/19. So 02/22/21. 02/22/21. Let's see if I'm right about that. Comes with an additional set of shoestrings that's hooked onto the white shoestrings. There's a set of gray shoestrings. Dates of production, 01/23/21, 02/22/21. That's good. That's 4 weeks, man. You can't beat that. You have to see this up close because of the paint and the embroidery, and I hope my camera picks up all the details. Up close, close up, right now. All right, making sure to show you guys these. I don't want to go out of focus, but I want you to see the two shoestrings there, right? But I want you to see is where the paint blends into embroidery here, the suede of the eyelets, and then this embroidery of the paint there at the heel, embroidered Nike words on the back, an embroidered shape similar to the paint, canvas at the midsection on both sides. Actually, nope. On the lateral side is leather all the way across. On the medial, you got the canvas that's here, and then the canvas here at the heel. And then there's that translucent outsole. Now, the left shoe, you have that embroidery, canvas, suede, and look at the tongue. So she painted the tongue, she painted that swoosh, and if you look at the medial on this swoosh, it's not painted at all. On the opposite side, that one's not painted, but then you have that paint over there. So it's a really nice looking shoe, man, but hopefully I'm not getting a lot of flickering here. And I do want you guys to see the insole. Mayumi Yamase. It's a clean shoe for the Flyleather. Let's go to the Cortez. Right on the next video.